Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? And happy Thursday. I guess you had a glimpse of me before my intro started. Yep. Sometimes it gets away from me. So anyway, I guess I'm a hot mess party again. Oh well. Rachel D. Adams was here super early, stream hopping from Samstream, Stream Hoppers United. That's right. Hello. And Ribbit. So, as we all like to say sometimes. Also, Comet is here, says, morning, everyone. Morning. How are you? I'm a little tired. Also, Ashley Emma's here. Hello. Says, hi, I'm editing a book for a client on personal development. That sounds awesome. Almost halfway through. Love it. Now that I've done some highs, maybe I'll do what I usually do, which is introduce myself and say hi. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit. For those of you who are new, let's see, and I am a writer, editor, and artist, and what ties all three of those things together is my love of fantasy and science fiction. Let's see. So, as a writer, I have done lots of different things over the last 25 plus years since I started. But over the last several years or so, I have been focusing mostly on fiction and creative writing. I used to do a lot of nonfiction writing in the past, but so yeah, and so my main whip at the moment, my first priority, is my novel, which is a women's fantasy with elements of YA fantasy and let's see, lost my train of thought. With elements of YA fantasy and, well, as I mentioned Tuesday, a little bit and some mystery. And what was the other thing? I can't remember. Well, but anyway, on a mythology base. So what started the germ of the idea for the story was that I was doing genealogical research on my maiden name. And so it's mythology really it's a huge base for the story because I was very curious about at the time I was very into I don't want to give too much away, but because there is an element of mystery as well, so yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about sometimes, I guess, too. But anyway, at any rate, so I understand when it is hard for authors to talk about their stories. So I get that. So anyway, I'm going to kind of use that as a segue to go into as an editor. Let's see, I specialize in, I really love line editing, copy editing, and proofreading, especially copy editing and proofreading. I have recently added to my list developmental editing. I'm kind of getting started on that in a way, in a manner of speaking. I have done quite a lot of work in critique groups, however. I used to run one. But anyway, so that said, I'm adding that to my service list. So I also do sensitivity reading. I've been talking about that a lot this week. So within that, I do like to specialize in neurodivergent issues, but among other things. So because that can also be called authenticity reading or editing. There are basically there's a lengthy list of categories that people could do that for. So anyway, so I've been talking about that a lot. I've been referencing a Substack post that I wrote. Well, it was last year. Yeah. So anyway, let's see. So yeah, and then as an artist, I love working with watercolors. Let me fix my shirt. Watercolors and gouache and other water-based media. And so this art you see around me, that is my own personal art. And I had it. To explain very briefly what it is, it's various strengths of watercolor that I applied to a gel press. Sorry, dryer stopped. That I applied to a gel press, and I applied watercolor paper, smooth it, pulled it off, and that's what you get, and which can really vary. So you never know what you're going to get, but it's a lot of fun and very relaxing to do. Speaking of which, I do have a goal of getting my Etsy shop back online next week. So that's my goal for that, and also working on some other things. So there's some things coming. So yeah. At any rate, I can't think of anything else at the moment. So it is 8 after the hour. I'm going to go ahead and read some more comments. Gemma Blythe is here. Good morning. I'm still not fully awake, but excited to get some work done. Awesome. Yeah, me too, actually. Me too. Oh yeah, I'll mention it in a minute about what I'm going to work on. I do have things on my desk. Miranda's Cauldron, Rita, remind me how to pronounce your last name. Is it Heiderman or Hitterman? I stumble on that for some reason. I'm sorry. Says hi. Yesterday was an off day. Now I'm ready for some journaling and maybe some revising. Awesome. And that was basically me yesterday. I didn't really do anything work-wise. So I took the day off sort of and did some cleaning as well. So Sam is here, writer Sam Wicker. Hello. Says, wow, music started from where I had my stream pulled up, and it was a perfect in following your intro. It was perfection. Well, awesome. That's great, because I kind of stumbled on that intro. So yeah. So I was thinking about what I wanted to work on. I'm still kind of not quite sure because I'm still trying to transition into work mode. But I do have my LOIC term here. So that's here and ready to look at. I might go over that first. I also have my novel writing notebook and my morning pages notebook. I also have my HB90. I have my HB90 in this binder I found at the Dollar Tree about a year ago. Yeah, it was probably last spring, around Earth Day. It's a craft. It's just craft. What did they use? I guess they used cardstock and put it on a cardboard base. So yeah, it's no plastic. So I wonder if they might do that again around Earth Day this year. It's a possibility. If so, I'm going to grab some more. So anyway, let's see. So what is everybody working on? I'm still kind of, again, trying to transition. Maybe I need morning pages. That's probably what I need, is a combination of morning pages and looking over my work planner. So I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's make that transition. Also, I'll probably plug in my mic, which is right behind my iPad. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, Hotness Hardy. Yeah, that's me again. And then we can start sprints at quarter after, approximately, or before, if everybody's raring to go, because that is fine. Also, per my usual, I do like to use Pomodoro style sprints, and more often than not, I have used 25-minute sprint times. However, so what I might do is what I've been doing lately, which is starting with 25, going up to 30 and back down to 25. And that way I don't really go over very much at all. Unlike what I used to do, I used to have four sprints, but then I would often be, wouldn't be really done until between quarter after the 1 and like 20 after 1. And that might not be enough time for everybody to have a break between me and Diane Dobson Barton, who streams after me. She is the next heart breathing streamer. And that's something I did not mention yet, is this stream is, where's my timer? This stream is brought to you by the Heart Breathing's writing community on Facebook. So basically that means that I'm an admin for the groups, and oh, I see it. It's I just have way too many tabs open. It's fine. Okay. There we go. Yeah. What would you like to work on today? Some people have mentioned that, though. Because Rita wants to do some journaling, maybe revising. Yeah, so I have, when I work in my novel writing notebook, I am revising. I'm revising Act 1, so that I can get that to my beta readers. I'm getting, let's see, I'm at, I'm about in the maybe not quite in the middle of chapter 4. I have, what is it? 7 chapters in Act 1. That sounds about right. Yes. So that's my plan for that. And then so after that's done, I can get back into creating it, because I am at, in terms of where I am in drafting, I should say, in drafting, I'm at the let's see, I am past the midpoint reaction. That's where I'm at with that. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and start the first sprint. If everybody's ready. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start with morning pages, get a page in, and go from there. I think that's That would be a good plan for me right now. So before we get started, just some reminders about, drinking water. It's getting warmer. Sometimes writers forget to drink, so please remember to drink your drink. And if you're working at a desk, sit up straight in your chair. I have to do that. I have to make sure I do that for sure. Yeah, do whatever you need to do for yourself, guys. Including whatever self-care you may need to do before you get started. Alrighty, so on that note, let's get this first sprint started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. So as per my usual, I jumped. Did anybody else jump? Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? If you want to talk about it. I did actually a page and a half of journaling, and I started getting into my work planner. Let's see. Let's see. So Angela Drake came in to smoosh the thumb, the like thumb, cataloging those stamps today. So happy on the couch. Oh, so happy on the couch. I am. Creative blessings, everyone. And same to you. Same to you. That sounds like that would engage both sides of my brain. Looking at the stamps and creative art type stamps. And cataloging. So yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, I was saying. And yeah, I was working on that a little bit over the weekend. And I may not have as many art stamps as Angela does, which is possible. She has an art channel as well. But I do love my stamps. So we're talking about rubber stamps or clear silicone stamps. Let me see. Okay, so yes, I popped this in this print. So blah, 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 blah. Let me try that again. So yes, these prints are hosted on behalf of the Heart Breathing's writing community. Just another reminder of that all group rules apply in this space, including no inflammatory type comments. Alrighty, Rachel is grabbing some lunch. Awesome. Go grab some lunch. And Kay is here. Hello, how are you? I got here just as timer hit 0, so nothing so far. That's okay. So yes, when the break timer is done, I might do 30 minutes instead of 25. As I was saying earlier, that kind of works out pretty well with 25 and then 30 and then 25. That kind of works out pretty well. And still having time to chat afterwards and not go over time. How are you doing, Kay? How are you feeling? I hope you're doing well. More than a minute. Let's see. So yes, that is probably a good place to stop at for now. At 1.5 of my morning pages. Because I can always go back to that. I definitely need to get into this. I started to. I do have some things coming up that I do need to work on. They'll probably work on during Diane's stream. I'll probably work on an ARC reading. So I do have that. Yeah. Kay is doing pretty good. Just got done with work. Now sitting down to edit. Awesome. Great. I'm so glad you're good. Down. Oh, so you're going to edit. Awesome. So yeah. Probably. Oh, golly. Okay. 1 moment here. Let's see. So, but I will put it up to a vote. 25 or 30. Although, like I said, it did kind of work out pretty well doing that. So Sam let the dogs out, put out some new bird feed. All right, and a new bird feeder, nice. And then wrote down my schedule during the conference tomorrow. What conference is tomorrow? I guess we need for some reason. So I'm just curious about that. So yeah. Let's see, it is 48 after the hour, and I think I need a sip of coffee. I didn't finish my second cup yet. Oh, and by the way, heart breathings, folks. Look, cherries. There is some, people might remember the thing with Sarah and cherries. There's I can't quite remember all of it, but there was some significance to that. And she started collecting. I think I remember she has a sticker with cherries on it. And oh yeah, and she got some planners with cherries on it. So I think it was like a serendipity thing. I can't remember what it was about offhand. I just remembered that it was kind of like a serendipity type of thing. Oh, that's it. Cherry on the top energy. Got it. I remember that now. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it, Melina. So yeah. So it's 49 after the hour, 25 minutes or 30. Going one more time, going once. Going twice, and I'm also letting it go through the computers and such. Melina, is it Melina or Melina? Or it's probably Melina. Sorry. Well, it is. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like it should be Melina. So anyway, I just always worry about mispronouncing people's names. So alrighty. So I haven't heard anything to the contrary. So changing the timer. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. That is fine. Completely fine. Oh, good timing, Rachel. I just reset the timer for 30 minutes. I think yeah, you made it back before the sprint started. The 2024 North Carolina Writing Conference. Is that what I'm reading? Because that sounds very cool. I know there. So I was just assuming. All right. That sounds so cool, Sam. So yeah. I have mentioned in my streams that I was involved with the Neurodivergent Publishing Conference, and that's an online conference. It's 100% online, and it was a lot of fun, and I had a lot to do before it because I was actually presenting. I hosted a panel, and then I was on a second one. So I kind of feel like, oh, there isn't that as much to do now because I was so incredibly busy before it. So kind of trying to get back into the swing of things too. So all that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and get started with the second sprint. Um, um, so yeah, I was just wondering, Sam, if that was an online conference. And I know some conferences are kind of a hybrid, in person and virtual. At least do some virtual. I guess I was just curious. Sorry. So moving on, let's go ahead and get this second sprint started, everybody, and then we can get some more work done. So yes, I'm going to. I think I'm going to do some work, some document work, some computer things, get into some documents I need to get into. Look at that ARC book that I need to read, and then I also I'm going to be doing some planning as well. So off and on today. So I'll probably be doing that, be planning and looking at a few documents. So all that said, we're going to get the second sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? Let's see. I got into a bunch of documents, including my ARC read, and I also I was doing some planning, things I need to do today, and things I want to start doing for things going on next week. Mostly, I'll work on any Etsy stuff and related things next week. And let's see. Yeah, I opened a few documents, and just looking at also what I'm just coordinating things in terms of all of these things I have going on, because I'd like to get a Substack out by no later than next Tuesday. So juggling on some stuff. So yeah, so that is it's tomorrow in Charlotte, Friday in Charlotte, and Saturday they'll be in Raleigh. That's really cool. So that's not too terribly far for me. If I ever go to an out-of-state writing conference, or Georgia would be fine. I've gone to one in it was in was it Altamont Springs, if I can pronounce it correctly. Altamont Springs, I think it's pronounced. For the Florida Writers Association when I was a member. I was a member for several years. So that's as far as I've gone so far. Morning, Diane. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Also, Paget's here. Hello. Hi. How are you? How's it going? Also, Louise doing several things, but mostly editing. Yeah. I understand that. So yes, it looks like Diane is canceling her sprints for today. Okay. Let's see. Also, just to sleep over a couple of things. Lots of stuff going on. Tina Holland finished up some office items before I dive into my short story. Awesome. That's great. So I think when this sprint is over, we can either do 30-minute or 25-minute. And if Diane's not streaming, I don't have to worry too much about going over time, I guess. I guess that also depends on if my if my brain works well enough for moving on for working longer. Let me also grab something here. I was also looking a little bit at some HB90 stuff. So yes, this is HB90, but also I just put more specific planning things in here. I also have some word count trackers that I need to work on that sometime today. Yeah. So let's see. One second. Let me see here. So yes. So 25-minute or 30-minute. So because if we go over slightly, it's not a big deal. But I usually stop at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So what does everybody think? What do y'all think? Let me know. Rachel says, I have to pick up a kid, pack some things, and I have a meeting, then sprints. So my ADHD is just like, oh, you want to be productive? Nope. I understand. Let's just say 30 is good. I've got to vote for 30. Yeah, I think I can do 30. I think my neurodiversity might let me do 30. Because if I think I have mentioned it off and on in my streams that I have that as well. That is the neurodiversity with me. And one of the reasons why I uh, play such a big part in the neurodivergent groups that I'm in, that I talk about. So yeah, you know what? Let's do 30 because I can. But however, I think I'm probably going to make myself get up and walk around because that's what I need to do for myself. If anybody needs to do the same, that is a good time prior to working because that can really help boost boost concentration levels. Hello, Brandy Orley, 30 is good. Awesome. Okay, that's 3 votes. So yes, because we have I have been streaming since 11 o'clock a.m. this morning Eastern. It is now a little past 12:30. So yeah. Yes, your reminder to do what you need to do for yourself. Make sure you do some self-care in between or either in between sprints or as part of your sprints. Just saying. That is a huge interest of mine, and that's why I wanted to speak about it at the Neurodivergent Publishing Conference. I will also pop some things in the chat I need to do, and I might do some more planning actually, possibly do a little bit of planning and then finally get into ARC reading to-dos. Alrighty, specifically start checking off my list. All right, so all of that said, we're going to go ahead and get this last sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Okay. All righty. So how did everybody do? What did everybody do? So yeah. I did get look at some documents, did some messaging, and I did some movement early on in the sprint. But I think I might I think I need some lunch. So I'm not gonna go too much over time, even though Diane has canceled streams for today. Also, let's see. I was also looking to see if Miss Jody Jean Daniels is streaming tonight. I could not find that stream. So I don't think she's streaming either tonight. So let me see here. Let me find the AuthorTube playlist. Not playlist. I'm sorry, it's not a playlist anymore. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Rachel. Thank you. Let's see. Let me go up a little bit in the chat here. There we go. So I can. I don't know if I've seen you here before. Hi. 5B Creating or Fee. Hi. Thank you for coming in to say hi. Thank you for watching. Let's see. So yeah, so I mentioned here again in the chat that these sprints are hosted on behalf of the Heart Breathings Writing Community Group on Facebook. And this is such an amazing supportive group. Everybody, very inclusive. So there are a variety of folks in that group. And they're really great. Let's see. So if you want to join the Facebook group, there is the link for that. Also, ST Houston Shannon came in to make friends with the like button. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. So here is the Heart Breathings website with a direct link to the sprint schedule, the full sprint schedule, so that you can maybe subscribe to some of these awesome folks who are fellow admins and do streams for Heart Breathings. Yes. Thanks again, Shannon. Tina Holland, 240 words on my short story. Awesome. I'll do the ASL for yay. Rachel got her report from Medium and she made actual money last month. That's awesome. I have been thinking about getting started on Medium. Because I have done freelance nonfiction writing in the past, and I love writing essays, so I think that might be a good fit for me. So yay, says Paget. Very cool. Rachel says, I think Amy McCaw is on at 2:30 p.m. Eastern today. That sounds like a new person. So many new authors on AuthorTube lately, which is awesome. It provides a real service to creative folks to help them focus on their projects. It's amazing what AuthorTube has grown into. I've been observing this for some time, and it's amazing. And our own Rachel D. Adams will be on at 4 p.m. Eastern ignore the timer because I think my brain's done. Rachel will be on at 4 p.m. Eastern. Yes, that's fine. Also, Rachel, if you want, since you've got a wrench today, would you, and since you were a sort of an admin for the AuthorTube spreadsheet, for some reason I don't have it right now, and would you go ahead and pop that in before I go? I would appreciate it, since you should have a link pretty close at hand. Thank you, Rachel. She said, I believe you could offer a very good perspective in meeting. That would be great. Honestly, I think I keep hearing so much about it, and they actually pay you money for articles. You know, when a lot of people get started with freelance nonfiction writing, well, even with fiction, a lot of times the pay is in copies, as they say. The pay is in being published. But, you know, nuts to that, I say, after years of getting either not paid or being paid very little. It's rough when you get started, that's for sure. Been there, done that. Here is the AuthorTube spreadsheet for a very lengthy list of AuthorTubers who stream, and just a bunch of awesome folks. And she says, just look across the bottom of the workbook to find the dated sheets. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you very much, Rachel. And I think I'll probably be in your streams later at 4. So on that note, I think that sorry, I thought I turned that off. I guess I didn't. I've had some notifications coming up on my computer. Sorry. So, all of that said, I ordinarily stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's my regular schedule, I should say, is Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I do the occasional extra streams for heart breathings, including Double Down Day and the virtual writing retreat. So I will occasionally participate in that. I also am working on plans to do the occasional Friday coming up. So with very specific plans, I'm working on that. So yeah, sort of a little secret what I'll be doing. A little side project there. So on that note, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Also, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much if you're watching the replay. And well, if you haven't, if you would like this and subscribe, I would be very appreciative. And I believe I said this on Tuesday. I'm hoping to get to 500 subscribers. Maybe by the end of March, by the end of Q1, we'll see what happens. But it would be lovely. We have a couple weeks left. But anyway, if I get to 475, that works too. I'm almost at 450. So yeah, so there's that. Absolutely. I agree with Brandy here. Great job, guys. Great job, everybody. And you're welcome, Brandy. So yes, thank you to everybody who came in to participate in the chat. So I think that's everything, except for the before I forget, the HB90 boot camp is still sorry, they're still they are still, it's still open for enrollment through noon Eastern on the 17th, which is not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday on the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, I do have an affiliate link. I didn't pop it in the chat, but it's down in the description. Also down in the description is my link tree if anybody's interested in any of the things that I've talked about today, including the Neurodivergent Publishing Conference, the heart breathings, everything's below. And anyway, so I hope everybody has a great day. All righty, so bye everybody.